Annayia Day became another child we sadly learned of through tragedy and failure.
At 3:34, the ambulance pulls away from the apartment. At 3:37, the ambulance arrives at Euclid General Hospital. At 3:40, Annayia is pronounced dead by a doctor.
Sierra Day, another woman gifted with the blessing of being a mother, is now serving life without parole after being convicted in Annaya's untimely death.
Kill my daughter!
A father alienated from his baby girl that he adored so much.
Everything in my power to let them know, that I was a stand-up dad and that my daughter was being harmed and abused at home.
Over a dozen reports just filed away instead of taking any real action.
They enrolled Aniya Day Garrett, Day's daughter, in daycare. First at Harborcrest in Euclid, then at Get Ready, Set, Grow, also in Euclid. In recent weeks, documents obtained by Channel 3 News revealed that Harborcrest failed to report instances of abuse, including bruises, a nose injury, and dried blood on Annayia. And that Get Ready, Set, Grow did too, a place where Annaya's mother also worked.
Her parent worked here, so we didn't see any signs of anything was going on with that little girl.
According to the state inspection report, Get Ready, Set, Grow didn't disclose suspicions of abuse involving Annayia when it should have. And a site visit after her death also found other problems.
A concerned sister, a new boyfriend, and multiple complaints to DCFS investigated improperly.
In the state's scathing review, investigators found county social workers failed to verify that Annaya's mother actually sought recommended counseling. The state's report also found social workers closed an investigation without ever obtaining numerous reports that documented injuries to Annaya's body. The state review also determined some investigations were not started, nor were they completed on time. The county has again promised the state it will make changes.
This is another Anna B Deep Dive. Please know that this content is for educational purposes and adults only. You can always find more information in the description section. Viewer discretion is advised. Now let's get into it. Sierra Rebecca Day was born on July 20th, 1994. She lived in Ohio and attended Shaw High School in Cleveland. In 2013, walking across the stage was not the only thing Sierra was excited for and anticipating. She was expecting her first child and hoping for a baby girl. Sierra graduated in May of that year. And on September 2nd, 2013, the beautiful Annayia Marie Day Garrett was born to her and Michael Garrett. From Sierra's posts and pictures, it looked like Sierra was adjusting into her new role as a mom, always posting and smiling with her baby girl. And by March of 2014, she had returned back to her job working with children. The relationship between Sierra and Michael would eventually come to an end by the time Annayia was 2. Sierra would maintain custody of Annayia while Michael remained very much active and present in his daughter's life until he was pushed out. No one truly knows when the nightmare for this sweet baby began, but if you followed the case and watched her interview with police, you know pretty much everything Sierra said regarding Annaya's last days were lies. And she tried pointing all the blame on her new lover, Deontay Lewis. But the evidence and little Annayia herself said otherwise. The documentation of bruises, busted lips, black eyes, and rug burns made by staff members at the Harborcrest daycare, where Annayia attended, began in September of 2015, the month after Sierra made this post to Facebook inviting folks to join her praise dance ministry. September 17th, 2015, a bruise on the right side of Aniya's face that looked like a handprint. On October 22nd, 2015, they reported the same thing and that Annayia had cried most of that day. Almost a year later to the date of the first report, the documentation continued. September 12th, 2016, bruises to her face, eye, and arm. Sierra stating that Annayia had fallen out of bed and she removed some bandages from where Annayia had gotten shots. September 21st, 2016, bruises on her face, under her eye, and on her eyelid. Annayia stated that mom did it. October 25th, 2016, bump on her head. Annayia was crying. December 1st, Annayia had a bruise under her right eye and was crying. Annayia stated that mom had hit her. Mom stated that it happened at Applebee's. The very next day, December 2nd of 2016, another bruise. Annayia stating that her mom had been hitting her. December 6th, a rug burn type scar on her left elbow. Annayia stated that her mom hit her. December 27th, a bruise on her forehead, and Annayia stated that mom and dad did it. Mommy hit me. The documentation continued in 2017. January 18th, Annayia came to school with several bruises on her face, her arm, and her back. Annayia had a bruise on her left upper forearm, and when she was asked about it, Annayia stated that her mommy had scratched her. February 10th, Annayia had a dark-colored bruise under her left eye, and again, she stated that her mom did this to her. The staff was noticing bruises on this baby every day when she came into the daycare. Department of Children and Family Services also received an emergency referral regarding Annayia on February 14th, 2017. A social worker went to the daycare and witnessed Annayia with bruising under her left eye. The social worker also met with Sierra, who told her that Annayia had run into the side of the table at her grandfather's home. When Sierra was asked about the other bruising that the daycare staff had noticed, Sierra said Annayya's granddad, her aunt, her cousin, or the daycare were to blame. March 14th, 2017. Right side of Annayya's lip was busted. May 15th, 2017. Annayia had a scrape on and under her nose. Sierra said that Annayia fell at the park, and Annayia said that Sierra pushed her while they were at home. May 18th, 2017, Annayia told the same staff member from 3 days prior that her head was hurting. This teacher saw blood blisters on Annayya's scalp and blood on the inside of her ear. Little Annayia again told these staff members that her mother had hit her. The police were finally called out to the daycare, and a police report was finally filed with Euclid Police. On page 1 of that report, the narrative states that the owner of the daycare facility called police to report that a 3-year-old child was getting abused at home. The child comes into the daycare with new bumps, cuts, and bruises on a regular basis. The child told staff that her mother hurts her at home. The child was transported to the hospital for an evaluation. Continuing through this police report, both of Annayya's parents are listed. There are 2 staff members from the Harbor Crest Child Care Center that are listed, as well as 1 social worker with DCFS, and we'll get more into that social worker as we continue through this case. The investigative report reads that Tamika Robinson, the owner of Harbor Crest Child Care Academy, called the police to report that she suspects that one of the children that attend the child care facility was being physically abused at home. At the time of the call, Tamika told dispatch that her and her staff had noticed different marks on the child throughout the last week. Tamika also requested an ambulance because she had noticed that the child has bleeding from her ear and had sustained a head injury. I was dispatched to the facility. Upon arrival, Euclid Fire Department Rescue Squad was on scene tending to the child. I identified the child as Aniya M. Garrett. I observed Annayia before she was transported to the hospital, and she had dried blood inside of her left ear. large scabs covering the majority of her nose, and some abrasions to her scalp between her braids. Annayia was shy around strangers and would not speak with me about what happened. Annayia was transported to Euclid Hospital via EMS without incident, and the paramedics left her in the care of physician assistant Michelle Moeller and the emergency department staff. Michelle Marshall, an employee of the child care facility, followed the rescue squad in her personal vehicle to the hospital. The police officer spoke with Tamika, and she reported that Annayia lives with her mother, Sierra Day. Tamika spoke with Sierra on the phone and advised her that Annayia was being transported to the hospital. Tamika reported that she took over ownership of the facility in April of 2017. On Monday of this week, May 15th, 2017, Sierra brought Annayia into the facility to drop her off. At that time, Annayia had fresh scrapes to her nose. Sierra told staff that Annayia fell while playing at the park. However, when staff spoke with Annayia, she told them that mommy had pushed her down at home and her nose got hurt on the carpet. Annayia also told them that mommy keeps saying that it happened at the park. Per policy, Tamika documented Annayya's injury in an internal incident report known to them as a child observation form. When doing so, Tamika noticed a stack of similar incident reports in Annayya's file, dating back to 2015. The previous reports were made by the previous owners of the facility. A few days later, on Thursday, May 18, 2017, Sierra dropped Annayia off at the facility. That is when staff noticed the dried blood in her ear and the abrasions on her head. Tamika completed another incident report and contacted police. Tamika provided me, the police officer, with copies of all of the previous incident reports made concerning Annayia. I reviewed the reports and summarized them as follows. Copies of these incident reports were attached to this report. Tamika and Michelle completed written statements. I asked Tamika about Annayya's behavior while she's at the childcare facility. Tamika told me that Annayia constantly wants to be held and hugged. She stated that she constantly asks, "Am I being good?" Sierra came to the childcare facility while I was on scene. She was advised that Annayia had been transported to the hospital via ambulance. Sierra told me that when she dropped Annayia off, she did not notice blood inside of her ear or abrasions to her scalp. Sierra implied that the injuries were caused by the childcare facility. Sierra denied physical abuse in her home. I asked Sierra who Annayia had been with recently, and she told me her granddaddy. She stated that Annayia was with her granddad until about 2300 hours on May 17, 2017. Sierra then picked her up and brought her home. I asked for his information, and she identified him as Michael Garrett. The police officer asked Sierra for a phone number for him, but Sierra stated she did not know it and that she only communicates with him through Facebook. I asked her where he lives, and she would only tell me the West Side. She then went on to tell me that he is not really her granddaddy, but is a friend's dad. I asked what the friend's name was, and she stated Deja Marie. However, she was unable to provide me with any further information on Deja. Sierra then left to go to the hospital. I attempted to locate further information on Michael or Deja, but was unable to locate any matches within leads. When the police officer responded to Euclid Hospital, he spoke with the hospital social worker, who informed him that she had already contacted Children and Family Services. A social worker was on her way to the hospital. I spoke with the nursing staff, and they advised me that they had evaluated Annayia and did not locate any other scars, marks, bumps, or bruises on her body. I photographed the abrasions to Annayya's scalp, the scabs on her nose, the dried blood in her right ear, and the scratch on the right side of her chin. Annayia kept complaining of pain and discomfort on the right side of her face. I spoke with Sierra further about the incident in the waiting room of the emergency department. It was decided that Sierra and Annayia be separated until the county social worker arrived. While speaking with Sierra, she suggested that the staff at the child care facility hits Annayia. She told me that Annayia has told her that they hit her, but she did not take it seriously because Annayia lies. I gave Sierra the opportunity to complete a written statement to be attached to the report, but she refused, stating that she was too stressed at this time. She was given a statement form to take with her, should she wish to complete it at a later time. Sierra agreed to sign a Cleveland Clinic authorization to disclose health information form. County social worker Tawana James arrived at the hospital. I passed on the information I had and provided her with copies of the child care facility's incident reports. She provided the police officer with the county intake number. Tawana spoke with Annayia, and Annayia spoke to her. Annayia told her that her mommy hits her and hurts her. Annayia would be left with her mother, Sierra. Sierra's lies and the abuse would continue, and Annayya's claims had gone discredited. Annayia would only attend Harbor Crest Daycare one last time before Sierra pulled her out and started bringing her to Get Ready, Set, Grow, the daycare where she was employed. In September 2017, Annayia went to visit her father, Michael. While he was working, he received a call from his fiancé informing him that she had noticed bruising on Annayia.
In September now of 2017, do you get Annayia?
Yes, I did.
All right. And when you got Annayia, what were your observations of this child on that particular day?
When I got Annayia, I had to work later on that evening. And while I was at work, before I went to work, we had a great time. Went out to lunch, had a lot of fun. Later on that evening, while working, I got a call from my fiance, Mai, was stating that she had noticed. Yes.
You can't say what she noticed or what she said to you.
Okay.
But as a result of your conversation with Maya that she called you at work, what did you do?
I told my job that I needed to leave.
Right. And about what time in the evening did you receive that phone call, sir?
Approximately almost 9 p.m.
All right. So did you leave your employment?
No, I had to stay a shift. I had to stay my full shift. I got off at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
11 p.m.
All right. So when you get off at 11 o'clock, what do you do?
As soon as I got home, Annayia would always run right into my arms. So I held my baby and just, I just gave her all the love I could give her. I didn't want her to really know, what was going on.
All right.
So I examined her body.
All right. And as you were examining her body, what did you visibly observe?
I visibly observed a bruise in my daughter's chest area and her lower back.
All right. Did you talk to her about that?
My daughter?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you ask her how that came to be?
Yes, I did.
And was she able to provide you some information?
Yes, she did. She seemed a little confused, as if she didn't really know what to say. And so
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And would say that mommy pushed me up the stairs. And she would also say, I would ask her, who hit you? And she would shove her shoulders real quietly. And I tell her, you can talk to me. Tell me anything. You can talk to me. And it was just real tough. It's like she wanted to speak out and say something, but it's almost like she was told to be quiet and not say anything.
All right. So based on your observations and based on, now, did you look at her from head to toe?
Yes, I did.
All right. Other than the bruises and the marks that you've already testified to, do you notice anything else on this child's body?
The fact that her tooth was loose. and it was starting to rot. And I was very concerned about that. And I had been asking, when's Annaya's dentist appointment? Had she been to the dentist and things like that? But Mom would never follow up with me with anything.
All right. So as a result of those observations and you talking to your daughter, sir, what do you do?
At that time, we called the police immediately that night and filed a police report with East Cleveland Police.
Did you also cause to take some photographs of Annayia?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And who took those photographs?
I did.
When you took her back, did you have a conversation with Sierra Day?
Yes, I did.
And what did you say to her, Mr. Garrett?
Well, while trying to talk to her, she wasn't trying to talk to me at all. Wasn't trying to speak back. She didn't talk back.
All right. Did you ask her what the hell's going on?
Yes, of course I did. I even contacted her ahead of time when I first noticed the bruises, and she stated to me that her brother had hit her or something like that on her behind.
Okay. And so she provided you an explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Based on her providing you an explanation, sir, what did you do next or what happened next?
I told her that I was very unhappy that Annayia has these bruises on her, that I was not made aware. And that our daughter's safety is most important, more important than anything. I would always let her know that I want to know what's going on in Annaya's life always.
And was she able to provide you an answer to that?
No, she did not.
All right. What else did you say to her during that contact?
During that contact, I stated that I was going to do whatever it took to figure out what exactly is going on in the household, because it's very unlikely to see these bruises on my daughter. And this has never happened until this day. And once I found out, I told her it's got to stop, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure this don't happen to Annayia again.
All right.
As a result of Michael contacting the police, an officer with the Cleveland Police Department made another referral regarding Annaya's safety, calling into the report hotline. That call made by the officer was screened out without getting any information regarding why they chose to screen out the call. This was the third report relating to little Aniya Day Garrett within an 8-month period. At this point, Sierra started depriving Michael access to his princess after she was confronted. After several weeks of not seeing or hearing from his daughter, Michael tried making contact with Sierra at her place of work. Get ready, set, grow. In return, Sierra falsely accused Michael of committing domestic violence and was successful in obtaining an order of protection against him in October of 2017, which would now really allow her to deprive this man of all access to his child. And not only was Sierra keeping Annayia from her father, she too became distant from her family. And when she did come around, she had her new man by her side, Deontay Lewis, and she wouldn't stay for too long. Deontay Lewis was not a total stranger. He had also attended school and was friends with Sierra's twin brother, Isaiah. This is how Sierra and Deontay actually reconnected. On December 13th, 2017, for the fourth time, a report reporting physical abuse of Annayia was called in. Believe it or not, a face-to-face meeting to evaluate Annayia was never had. Instead, caseworker Laura Green spoke with Sierra over the phone on December 19th. Sierra refused to produce Annayia, lying, claiming that she was visiting a relative. That same month, Michael petitioned the Domestic Relations Court to have the order of protection lifted, explaining that he was concerned about Annaya's safety. Writing, "I truly, truly, truly feel as though our daughter Annayia is being abused at home physically and mentally, and that her life could possibly be in danger. I have recently received information and details from Mrs. Day's sister and relatives that our daughter has been getting abused physically at home and that my daughter has been in the hospital. And 696 Kids has been called previously in the past in which I had no idea. Please help me." A hearing on Michael's motion was scheduled for March 15, 2018. By December 21st, 2 more reports concerning Annaya's safety were called into DCFS. One in which the reporter advised that Sierra was lying about Annaya's whereabouts and was delaying contact to allow Annaya's bruises to heal. The phone calls were both screened out as duplicates. There was no follow-up until December 28th. Social worker Laura Green finally went to Sierra's apartment. While there, Sierra expressed anger in how she felt that she was being harassed. The face-to-face with Annayia was scheduled for another day because Sierra said Annayia was not home. However, that social worker never stepped foot inside of Sierra's apartment. When Miss Green went back on the scheduled day, Annayia was again not there. So she returned the following day, finally able to lay eyes on Annayia and examine her, which she noticed a small scrape on her back and a faint bruise on her arm. And of course, Sierra stuck to her lies. The worker inspected the home to ensure Annayia had a place to sleep, food, and clothing. She also spoke with family members and Sierra's employer and confirmed that Annayia had been seen for her most recent well child exam. It was noted that Annayia had a very timid demeanor and appeared tense when she was being examined for marks and bruises. There was no effort to identify the family member that Annayia had allegedly been staying with, and according to court records, they didn't even ask Sierra to identify the family member. Again, Annaya's dad was not contacted. In January of 2018, the social worker Laura Green met with her supervisor. The case was determined to be unsubstantiated and closed that month with another referral to the alternative resolution pathway, the same referral Sierra had failed to follow up on twice already from previous complaints. That same month, Sierra quietly moved to the Culture Garden Apartments. In February of 2018, Sierra shared with her twin brother that Annayia was not able to walk. The seemingly concerned uncle went to Sierra's apartment where he observed his niece laying in her bed and he never saw her get out of that bed. He asked her if she was cool and little Annayia said yeah. Sierra told her brother that Annayia had been eating very little lately. Though Sierra had a falling out with her older sister, Erica Johnson was too concerned about her niece and her sister. She was noticing changes in Annaya's appearance dating back to July 2017. Social worker Laura Green, the same social worker who had investigated allegations made back in December, met with Annaya's father, Michael. This meet was a result of a referral from the court asking her to do a home evaluation for Michael's case seeking custody of Annayia. They met at his home on March 9th, 2018. Laura contacted Sierra by phone to schedule her home visit, but Sierra requested that the caseworker come the following week. And with no regard for Annaya's safety, Laura agreed, and the home visit was scheduled to take place on March 12th, 2018. The day before Laura was scheduled to make that home visit, on March 11, 2018, she was notified by phone call from her supervisor that Annayia Day had died.
What do you need an ambulance for, sir?
Yes, hi. My daughter is having a hard time breathing. She's breathing, but she's barely breathing.
Is she able to talk in complete sentences?
No, she can't. She's not talking in no complete sentences at all.
How old is she?
4. She had fell out, and we were just trying to see what's going on with her.
Is she conscious now?
Is she conscious? Yes. But she's not really breathing. She's not speaking. She's not speaking. She's not responding to us.
Is she awake?
Her eyes are open. Her eyes are open, yes.
But she's not really alert?
She's not saying anything or responding to our...
When I press down on her chest, she'll make a sound.
Okay. Well, don't press down on her chest, okay?
No, with two hands.
Does your daughter have a history?
Does she have a history of what?
Yeah, does she have a history of any breathing issues?
No.
What was she doing before this happened?
Well, she's been acting a little sick. We went to Red Lobster last week. I thought it was because of that, because she started acting weird. I thought it was like a stomach virus or something of what she ate or whatever. And I noticed as she's been at home, we started like feeding her, and she was just throwing everything up. So gave her ginger ale. She threw the ginger ale up. I gave her Tylenol. She spit that up.
Okay. When's the last time she ate or drank anything?
We tried to give her some breakfast in the morning, and she ate like a little bit of it, but it's like she kept chewing it. She was prolonged to chewing it for a long time.
All right, she's been having these flu-like symptoms for how long?
It started last Thursday when we came for her last, so we know that she started acting weird.
Since last Thursday?
Yes.
As in like a few days ago?
Yes.
Has she been running a fever?
She was a little hot, but then her body would like just be weird to turn cold.
What is your name?
Annayia, Aniya.
What's your last name?
Day, D-A-Y.
Did you guys try contacting the child's pediatrician?
Did we try?
Yeah, did you call our pediatrician when this started?
No, I actually just spoke to a 24-hour nurse.
Okay. What is she doing now?
Well, now I just got her sitting up. I tried to even do mouth to mouth.
Well, if she's breathing, you probably don't need to do CPR. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because I put my fingers, I'm just trying to figure out what else can I do. Like I put my hands up to her nose to see if she was breathing, and I didn't feel no air coming out. Like she got her eye open.
Wait a minute, is she not breathing?
No.
Your child is not breathing?
No.
Okay, let's do CPR then.
That's what I'm trying to do. I didn't do my whole force, two hands. I just two fingers basically is what I'm doing.
Okay, I want you to get her on a flat surface, okay?
Okay, say it again.
No. They just told me, yes, we're going to start CPR right now.
Okay, put the phone on speaker. Put the phone on speaker.
Let's put the phone on speaker, okay? If you guys have an AED available, I want you to send someone to go get it right now, okay?
What available?
An AED machine?
No, we don't have that.
All right, place your daughter flat on her back on the floor, okay?
Okay.
Kneel down near her chest.
You want her on her stomach on her back.
She is definitely not breathing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Place the heel of your hand on the center of her chest.
Mhm.
Put your other hand on top of the first hand. I want you to push down firmly on the chest at least 2 inches, only to the heel of your hands. Okay? We're going to do it 30 times, just like you're pumping her chest, okay? You're going to count out loud with me. Are you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We're going to keep going, okay? Hard and fast, okay? If she starts breathing, then we're going to stop. We're going to keep doing this. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Keep going, okay? The squad just called that they're on scene. I need one of you guys to get up and go open the door. Okay?
Okay, down there now?
Is she still not breathing?
Yeah, she make a sound whenever we do that. Whenever we, you do the little pumping thing, she made a sound like a But then
Is she breathing? Check her nose. Somebody should still be pumping.
You feel cold air. She said she feel cold air coming out the nose.
There's cold air coming out of the nose?
Yes.
Okay, if she's got air coming out, is her chest rising up and down?
No.
Her chest is not. All right, keep pumping. Okay, if her chest isn't going up and down, I want you to keep going until the squad gets started to take over. Okay? I'm going to count with you again. Let me know when the squad opens the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
But she's having a time to breathe right now, guys.
What?
The paramedics are here now.
All right, let them take over, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
The fact that Sierra said Annayia was acting weird was weird to me. And the sound you heard as Sierra was performing CPR was that of little Annayia. The paramedics arrived at 451 Lakeshore Boulevard in Euclid. Annayia was lying underneath an air conditioning unit with a black eye and a laceration above her eye, bruises, cuts, and burns on her body. Annayia was malnourished to the point that she was just skin and bones. Paramedics performed CPR, but it was obvious that Annayia was lifeless. Cold and stiff, she was still transported to the hospital where she was officially pronounced deceased. Sierra and Deontay were taken into custody from the scene. And in the interrogation room, both of them poured out lie after lie. From Annayia not feeling well after dining at Red Lobster several days back, which was never confirmed. Sierra lying about calling a 24-hour nurse's hotline who advised her to continue giving Annayia liquids. And the police never finding evidence of any Tylenol being in the home. Sierra said that she was giving Annayia Tylenol. To them both saying that Annayia had fallen off the toilet that morning and they found her unresponsive on the floor. When Sierra was asked to repeat her story, she added that Annayia was hot, so she had given her a bath and turned on the air conditioning. Just like on that 911 call, there was no tone of urgency, panic, or shock in either Deontay or Sierra. And Sierra's reaction when she learned of Annaya's passing was just about the same. Definitely not one at all of a mother grieving.
Okay. So we don't have much longer here. Okay, it's been enough time here. I need you to understand something. Okay. Do you know what you're going to be charged with when I take you back over to the jail?
No.
What do you think you're going to be charged with?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about the charges. Never been in jail.
You're going to be charged in your daughter's death.
Hmm?
You're going to be charged with her death.
What you mean?
She passed away. She was dead when you guys called us. She was already dead.
My daughter is dead?
She's dead. Sierra, she was dead for hours before you called 911.
Speak for your daughter. Tell us what happened, Sierra.
He just
Speak
woke
for your
up.
daughter.
I'm speaking. When we woke up, he just said, "Did you smell something?" That's all he said. It was who that we had smelled.
When do you think she died?
I didn't know.
You think she died
I thought she was
overnight?
still, no. I thought she was still breathing.
She wasn't breathing. She's been dead for hours. You know how I understand? I know that. Sierra?
No, I don't.
I'm not a doctor. Who do you think determines how long this person's been dead?
I don't know. Doctors.
Yeah, doctors. But not just any doctor. The kind of doctor who specializes in examining the bodies of deceased people. Okay? So someone with a specialty in death investigation, a medical doctor, a forensic pathologist. Absolutely, without a doubt, she was dead when you called us. And for hours before that. What was going on in those hours before you called us?
She was in the bed. Deontay woke me up and said, babe. Because Annayia was good. She was breathing. If she wasn't
When was she breathing?
She was breathing. I had her in the tub. Because I had to wash her up.
When did you have her in the tub?
I had her in the tub after she boo-booed.
When was that?
I told her, she said, Mommy, can you lay me down? I'm sleepy. I'm tired.
When?
Sunday.
What time on Sunday?
I don't remember what time you just said. My daughter is
How
dead.
long before you called us did the bath happen?
The bath wasn't that long.
So she was already dead when you gave her a bath?
Oh, she wasn't dead. Annayia was alive, sitting up.
Well, that's
sitting
not
up. The day before.
That's not what Deontay tells us.
What is Deontay telling you?
Well, he tells us she's dead when you give her a bath.
She told you she was dead when you gave her a bath.
Did you guys decide together to bathe her after you knew she was dead? Whose
No,
idea
she
was
was
it?
up.
Whose idea was it to bathe her?
Both of us. It was both of
You
ours.
decided together to bathe her?
Yes.
Okay.
And she was responsive.
She wasn't responsive.
She was responsive. She wasn't talking. She was just saying, Mommy, I was sleepy.
Dead kids don't say that. You're young. Okay, you're overwhelmed. Tell me when you started feeling like this.
I feel like what?
Like overwhelmed.
I've been feeling overwhelmed. I'm a young mother.
Okay.
I try my best.
Okay.
Deontay came along to try to help out. I was a single mother before Deontay.
You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to play a game with me.
I'm not.
You don't have to stick to this lie.
I'm not sticking to no lie.
Listen.
I'm not sticking to no lie.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm not sticking to no lie.
When Deontay came along, did things change with you and Annayia?
I told him she started acting weird.
After when?
Because I was single for so long.
Okay.
I told him that.
How did he react to having to have a 4-year-old involved with him everywhere you guys went?
Deontay, I don't know if he took the initiative to be there just to be with me or my daughter. Annayia did tell me before, I don't like noodles, but he never did nothing to harm her to say that.
Okay. You knew she was dead when you called us.
Oh, I did not.
You did.
I
You
just
have
thought she
training in
wasn't.
early childhood education.
I just thought she wasn't responsive.
You have recent CPR training. We know.
I just thought she wasn't responsive. I didn't know my child was dead. I thought that it was something that the paramedics can do. I thought that it was something. No, hell no, I didn't think my daughter was dead. I just thought she wasn't responsive.
When was the last time you saw her responsive?
In the tub.
How many hours before you called us did you have her in the tub?
She wasn't in the tub for so long. She wasn't in the tub that long.
How many hours before you called us
It It wasn't that long. She lay down for a little bit, then I got her back up. And then I noticed she wasn't breathing. She just fell out.
You have one last opportunity, and I want you to understand, okay? You're not going home. You're being charged with this, okay? Your cooperation could go a long way. We're going to charge you regardless. So withholding information from me is not going to stop me from charging you, okay? You have an opportunity here to be honest with me. I'm not judging you, okay? I want to understand what led to this. Help me understand.
I don't know. It could have been Deontay. I'm not liking Deontay. I don't know.
Did that put you in a position where you felt resentful toward Aniya sometimes?
What you mean resentful?
I don't know. You said that.
You said it could have been Deontay.
Yeah. And I not liking him. What did that trigger?
He whooped my daughter before.
He what?
He whooped her before.
He whooped her. How did that make you feel?
Uncomfortable, because I never whooped Annayia.
Okay. And when he whooped her, when was this? When did he whoop her?
I was staying at Harborcrest.
When you were at Harborcrest? What did he use to whoop her?
He used the belt.
He used the belt. How old was she at the time?
4.
Okay. Did you feel comfortable telling him not to discipline her that way? Were you afraid he would leave if you told him to stop?
Yes, no. He told me
I think you're ready to tell me how this happened.
Speak for her, Sierra.
What do you mean speak?
Just explain to me how this happened, because we know that you didn't fall up.
Annayia did fall. Okay. We heard a bump.
Okay. So he started whooping her when you guys were on Harborcrest. How long? Yes. Is he still whooping her now?
He'd get angry.
What does he do when he gets angry?
He just grabbed her and put her in the bed.
When was that?
A couple of times.
When was the most recent time?
He did it at Harborcrest a couple of times.
After their lengthy interrogations, both of these no-good individuals were booked into the county jail. The state filed an 8-charge indictment against both Sierra and Deontay on April 9th, 2018. They would remain in jail until their trial. Later, the court granted the state's request to try both Deontay and Sierra together, and their jury trial started on February 27th of 2019. The state called 37 witnesses that included first responders, social workers, staff from both daycares that Annayia attended, the medical examiner that conducted Annayia's autopsy, and Sierra's sister and brother. The first of the social workers to testify was Chelsea Lilly. She testified on day 3 and requested that her face not be shown. Neither of the social workers' faces were shown, actually. At the time of her testimony, Chelsea had been employed for 3 years by DCFS. When she was assigned as the social worker to the first report of abuse and neglect made on February 14th, 2017, regarding Annayia, she had only been employed for 6 months.
We became involved. We received an emergency referral on February 14, 2017 regarding Annayia. There were concerns that Annayia had bruising under her left eye. And when we received that referral, we followed up with the reporter, gathered other collateral information, and then dispatched immediately to where she was, which was Harbor Crest Daycare.
All right, and when you say we dispatched, who went out?
Myself.
Okay, and did you go there by yourself or with somebody else?
Myself.
Okay, when you arrived, what did you initially do?
When I arrived, I initially spoke with the center director, who reported her.
You can't tell me what the director told you. As a result of the information the director provided to you, what did you do? What steps did you take?
I requested to meet with Annayia.
And did you meet with her?
Yes.
Okay, where did you meet with her?
I met with her in a classroom, in an empty classroom, with myself and the center director.
Okay, and can you, for the record, can you tell me, do you remember what the center director's name was?
Miss Dawson.
Okay, and when you and Miss Dawson met with Annayia, what was your purpose in meeting with Annayia, ma'am?
To address her safety and to see if she needed medical attention.
Okay, and what were your observations and what did you do?
My observations was that she did have bruising under her left eye, and I did examine the rest of her body, which she had no other marks and bruises. I attempted to engage Annayia in conversation to see what happened.
And did you engage her in conversation?
Yes.
Okay, and was Annayia able to provide to you some information?
Yes.
And what information did Annayia provide to you?
Objection. Overruled.
Annayia reported at first that her mother did it, and then she reported that her father did it. Annaya's story was inconsistent.
Okay, so as a result of meeting with Annayia, what else did you do at the time?
I placed a call to her mother. I reported that I needed to meet with her immediately, that we received emergency allegations regarding Annayia, and that she needed to come to the daycare right away.
All right, did you get through, well, first of all, who did you contact?
I contacted Sierra Dave.
All right, and did she respond to your phone call?
At the first attempt, no. The second attempt, yes.
And did she come to the daycare center?
It took a few hours, but she eventually got there.
Okay, did you stay at the daycare waiting for her there?
Yes.
All right, did you contact her father?
Yes.
Were you able to contact her father?
I did not get through. I left a voicemail. There was no response.
Okay, so approximately how long did you wait for Miss Day to come to the daycare?
I got to the daycare at 10:30, and I didn't meet with Miss Day until 3:30, 3:45.
In the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, and where did you meet with Miss Day?
I met with Miss Day at her home.
At her?
At her home.
Okay, and where was her home at the time, Miss Lily?
She was living at Harbor Crest apartment.
Okay, and was Annayia there with you, or did you just meet with Miss Day by herself?
Miss Day kept Annayia at the daycare.
I'm sorry?
Miss Day kept Annayia at the daycare. I met with Miss Day by herself.
Okay, so when you went up to this apartment in Harbor Crest,
yes.
Were you able to go inside the apartment?
Yeah.
All right, first of all, what were your observations of this apartment that you walked into there?
The apartment was very clean. There was a lot of food in the home. All the utilities were working. Annayia had a lot of clothing, her own bed. All of her basic needs were being met.
All right, and is that something did you ask Miss Day about Annaya's father?
Yes.
And did she provide you any information in regards to Annaya's father?
Yes, I attempted to engage her in conversation about Mr. Garrett. She reported that her and Mr. Garrett separated prior 3 months before that. She reported that she had no updated contact information for him and that the only way she was able to get a hold of him was through Facebook.
All right. And when you are out and you are doing an assessment, do you also do a financial assessment? All right. So you've now had this conversation with Ms. Day. Is there anything else that you discussed with Ms. Day with regards to this allegation?
Yes, I discussed prior concerns that individuals at the daycare had in regards to prior incidents that Annayia has come in with.
All right. What did you talk to her about? What other incidences did you bring to her attention?
The concerns that the daycare expressed, Annayia coming in with other marks, bruises.
And was she able to provide you some answers?
She reported that most of them occurred when they were in the care of her grandfather or in the care of her sister or Annayia's aunt. She said that Annayia's aunt's 2 children and cousins were very rough and played rough with her. She also reported that at times Annayia would go to daycare and then she'd come back with these marks.
Okay. So now you are armed with all this information, Miss Lily. What is your next process in your evaluation? What do you do next?
We follow up with other collaterals, such as I spoke with the grandfather who collaborated the story that the incident happened while he was caring for Annayia, that she ran into a table.
When you say you spoke to the grandfather, what was his name again, please?
Eddie Day.
All right. So he corroborated that story.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else did you speak to?
I spoke with various teachers within the daycare. Like I said, the daycare director, and I also reached out for collateral information regarding the police departments and medical.
Okay. And what do you mean the police department?
Requested police reports.
Okay. I'm sorry?
That's part of the investigation.
Okay. And did you also meet with Annayia and do anything else with Annayia to memorialize your findings or what you had observed?
Mm-hmm.
Did you take any pictures of Annayia?
Yes, I did.
And was it during this particular visit that you took photographs?
Yes.
Did you actually meet with Grandpa?
No.
All right. Were you able to meet with Mr. Day? Mr. Garrett?
No, I could not find him during the investigation.
All right. And you say that you were at Harbor Crest with regards to the clothing. Whose clothing did you notice?
Now, though the center director voiced concerns and Annayia herself told the social worker that her mommy caused her injuries, this case was closed with a referral to an alternative program that's designed for non-serious cases. Annayia again ignored. The social worker conducted the interview with Annayia without a mentor present. She was also required to contact Michael once a report disposition, and or a case decision had been made. On the stand, she said Michael was unable to be found during the investigation. However, according to court records, Michael's contact information was available. Not only did the social worker not obtain the various reports the daycare was in possession of that documented the signs of abuse, she never followed up to see whether or not Sierra utilized the referral after closing this case. Next, the social worker Tawana James took the stand on day 3 as well. She was the worker who was sent to Euclid Hospital to initiate yet another investigation into the safety and health of Annayia on May 18, 2017. If you recall, this was after the new daycare owner had found all 14 of the observation reports that had been filed by the previous owners regarding Annayia.
Well, I was already in the field working on another case, and I received a call from my supervisor regarding the emergency. When we receive an emergency, we have to act immediately and go out.
Okay, when you say emergency, are back in 2017, were there priority calls?
Yes.
How many priorities did you have, and can you define them for me?
How many priorities do I have?
Is there priority? Levels. The levels. Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3.
Oh yeah, we had emergency, traditional, and AR.
Okay, so what does an emergency mean?
Emergency means I have to go out right now. We'll have an hour to get there to investigate the allegation.
All right. What's the next level?
Traditional, I have 24 hours to get out there.
All right.
And AR is 3 days, but you still need to make each for traditional and AR. You need to at least make a phone call to schedule an appointment. If not, just go out.
What does AR stand for?
I don't remember.
Okay. All right. Just take a deep breath. Okay. So this was an emergency. So where were you on the field, and where did you have to go?
I don't remember exactly where I was, but I remember I had to go to Euclid Hospital.
All right. And did you go to Euclid Hospital?
Yes.
What happened when you went to Euclid Hospital?
When I went to Euclid Hospital, I spoke with an officer. I don't recall his name. He gave me a little update on what was going on. Then he gave me past reports from the daycare. And then after I spoke to him, I went to the room where Annayia was, Annayia and the daycare teacher.
Okay.
And there was a nurse in there too.
All right. Initially, Miss James, what were your observations of Annayia?
Well, initially she had a mark on her nose, like a scrape, little scab. Then I was shown the scrape mark she had in her head.
All right. And did you also see the blood in her ear?
Yes.
All right. And so based on that information and your observations, what did you do?
Well, I don't remember who I talked to first, but I know I questioned the nurse, the daycare teacher, and Annayia.
Okay. Did you do it all at one time, or did you do it separately?
We were all in the same room, but I asked each one individually questions.
Okay. And with regards to the daycare worker, was she able to provide you some information?
A little here.
Right? With regards to the nurse, was she able to provide you information?
Yes.
With regards to Annayia, did you speak to her directly?
Yes.
And what kind of information were you trying to obtain from Annayia?
What happened to her? I need to know what happened to her.
Right? Was Annayia able to tell you what happened to her?
At first she wouldn't. She was like very timid. She wouldn't talk to me. So I gave her some candy.
Okay. Did you give her some candy?
The daycare worker actually had some fruit snacks or something.
And did they give her some fruit snacks?
Yes.
All right. And were you able then to talk to her?
Yes.
Did she tell you what had happened to her?
I did. I asked her where did she get her boo-boo from, and she said, Mommy did.
Okay. And so as a result of your conversation with Annayia, what do you do next?
I believe I talked to the nurse. And I asked the nurse, could she tell me what this mark could be, the scratch or whatever it could be? And that did she see it as abuse?
All right. And is that typical? I'm sorry.
At the agency, I'm sorry.
Okay. A staff, what does that mean, and who are your participants?
The staffing is a meeting that we have when we discuss, we put everything on the table and we discuss it.
Okay.
At the meeting, it was, of course, myself, Mom. But I did tell Mom Mom said the child was with other people before. I did tell Mom to bring those people. She didn't. but it was 2 supervisors, the facilitator, mom, a collab worker, and myself.
After Annayia told Tawana that her mommy did it, and Sierra not being able to provide an explanation as to the cause of Anayya's injuries, as well as her lack of cooperation, Annayia was again released back into Sierra's care with a verbal safety plan until a safety conference meeting at DCFS could take place the next day. A required comprehensive assessment was not performed before Annayia was placed back into Sierra's care. And as a result of that safety conference that was held on May 19th, the abuse could not be substantiated. According to court records, Sierra's explanation was plausible, and the ER staff could not determine the origin of Annayya's injury. And also, may I add that Tawana and every other DCFS staff member, including her supervisor, failed to report the Harborcrest Daycare Center for holding on to all of those reports and having knowledge of Annayia being abused. Again, Annayia was ignored and Sierra maintained custody. Tawana had reported also receiving threats on her life after people discovered that she was involved in Annayya's case. Finally, social worker Laura Green testified on day 4. This is the social worker that last laid eyes on Annayia. She's the worker who had already closed the case on Annayia from December and allowed Sierra to push back the home evaluation visit that was ordered from the court. She and her supervisor were fired after Annayya's death.
Do you ask her about these allegations or bruises?
Yes.
Do you observe the child physically?
Yes.
Okay. What are your observations back on December of 2017?
Observations of Annayia?
Yes.
Annayia was a petite, light-skinned little girl. She had ponytails, and she was soft-spoken. I remember when I was talking to her, she it seemed like she kept twisting. And I'm like, "Are you nervous, Annayia? Like, it's okay, relax, you know." And I remember Mom prompted me and told me that I'm like, you know, what does she like? What does she like to do? She told me she likes to dance. So to kind of get her to relax, I remember asking her to, you know, shake your shoulders, show me a dance that you like. And I think it might have been something like the folk or something that she likes to do.
Okay.
So she did do a little dance for me.
Did she stand up on her own 2 feet?
She was standing in front of me the entire time that I talked to her.
Okay.
So I didn't talk to her while she was seated on the floor.
Okay. So when she was standing in front of you, what is your method and mode of examining a child to see if there are bruises, bumps, anything of that sort? What do you do?
For Annayia, I first lifted up her shirt. And I talked to her the entire time that I was doing and explained to her. And I remember she just kind of like took a breath. And so I was like, "It's okay, Annayia." And I, you know, kind of talked to her and she relaxed a little bit. There was no type of marks or bruises on the front of her body. On the back, there was a small scrape. I remember asking her mom about it, and she said something like I think she scraped it at her grandfather's house on the stairs or something like that. And then there was like a small faint bruise like on her arm. I remember that. But there was nothing on the back of her arm.
Okay. And did you notice anything on her face?
No.
All right. Once you examine the child, you've now spoken to the mother. What do you do next as part of your investigation about this referral?
After interviewing Mom and talking to Annayia, I did observations around the house. So to make sure that all utilities are working, make sure that the child has somewhere to sleep, make sure that she had adequate food and clothes and all of that.
And were you able to determine, was there enough food in the apartment?
Yes.
Were the utilities working?
Yes.
With regards to the utilities, how do you know they're working? Do you ask, for instance, in this case, did you ask Miss Day if all the bills were paid up and up to date?
I turned on the water to see if the water was working. I turned on the stove to see if the gas was working. The lights were working.
Okay. And so once you do that, is there anybody else in the apartment when you were interviewing the two of them?
No.
And did Miss Day indicate to you if she was dating anybody?
No.
Okay. Is that something important that you asked?
Yes.
Why?
To see who else may have access or who else might be in care of the child.
All right. So once you have now spent an hour at this apartment in Euclid with Miss Day, is Miss Day in this courtroom here today?
Yes.
Can you tell me where she's sitting and what she's wearing?
Stipulate that this lady did not identify Ms. Day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, counsel. Go ahead, Ms. Green. You don't have to point to Ms. Day. So once you conclude your interview at the apartment, what is the next step in your investigation?
The agency requires that we do at least 2 collateral contacts. I remember talking to the referent on several occasions. I can't say what, exact dates when I talked to the referent, but I talked to a few family members. I talked to... When you say you talked to family members, which family members did you talk to? I talked to her, I talked to her sister. I talked to her brother. I talked to her mother and father.
So if I were to say Erica Johnson, did you talk to her?
Yes.
Did you talk to Isaiah Day?
Yes.
Did you talk to Natalie Proctor?
Yes.
And did you talk to Eddie Day?
Yes.
All right. So those are considered collaterals?
Yes.
All right. What does that mean?
Those are sources who are familiar with the family and with the child.
All right. And so were you able to glean information from them?
Yes.
Okay. So once you talked to your collaterals, what did you do?
After talking to collaterals, I talked to family members. I also talked to her place of employment. I talked to the daycare.
To get ready, set, grow?
Yes.
Okay. Who did you talk to there?
Chantel and Shaniqua.
Okay.
I believe is their names.
All right. And why did you talk to them?
Because they're another collateral. Mom works there. They see the child every day. They see mom every day. And if there were any concerns, I assume they would be able to report that to me.
Okay. And did you talk to both of them?
Yes.
All right. Were they able to provide you information?
Yes.
All right. And so what did you do next?
After completing collateral contacts, I remember calling the hospitals to make sure that she had been seen for her most recent well child check. And after talking to collaterals and completing an assessment, I review it with my supervisor.
Okay. And did you continue to investigate this case?
Yes, up until it was closed.
Okay. Well, prior to it being closed, why did you continue to investigate this case?
I continued to investigate it because it was something about talking to the referent that she was very adamant that she had concerns.
Objection.
But she hadn't physically seen Annayia. So I was trying to find something that says, either there are concerns or there aren't concerns, but it made it difficult because she hadn't seen her.
Okay. And so did this referent continue to call you as well?
I kept in close contact with the referent throughout for the duration of the case. Because she, like I said, she was very adamant that she had concerns, but
it was also that she knew or alleged that she had known someone who had information. So I remember talking to her and urging her to have them call me or give me their contact. And I kept it, just even for that purpose, like that you have this information or have access to this information.
And does there then come a point in time where you meet with your supervisor?
Yes.
And as a result of meeting with your supervisor, what happens with the case?
The case was unsubstantiated, and we closed the case in January.
All right. And moving forward, you're still at the agency.
Yes.
And turning our attention to March 9th of 2018. Does there come a point in time where you meet with Mr. Garrett?
I met with Mr. Garrett. I remember it was a Friday. And that was as a result of a referral from the court to do a home evaluation.
Okay, so where did you go and what did you do? Let's start with, why was there a court referral now?
It's my understanding that there was an upcoming hearing.
Objection? Go ahead.
That there was an upcoming hearing. One, because there was a protection order against the dad that he wanted to have lifted. And then also, I believe he was seeking custody of Annayia.
Okay, so, excuse me, Ms. Green, at this point, even during the first time that you did your assessment of the referral that had come in at the latter part of December of 2017, were you able to review the other allegations that had been filed with regards to Annayia?
Are you asking about a previous case?
Yes.
Yes.
So you're able to review all that?
Yes.
All right, so now moving on to March 9th of 2018, what did you do?
Is March 9th the day that the referral came in? I can't give you exact dates.
You met with Mr. Garrett.
Okay, that was March 9th when I met with him. I remember it was a Friday that I met with him. I don't recall the exact date. When I met with Mr. Garrett, I was there for a long time. He expressed.
You can't say what he said. You can't say what he said.
Okay.
Did he provide you any photographs or show you any photographs?
No.
Did you talk to him about what his intentions were with regards to Annayia?
Yes.
Your home evaluation, what is your purpose for going to the home?
To see that the home is appropriate for the child.
Okay, and did you do that?
Yes.
Was there a room for Annayia at that home?
Yes.
All right. After meeting with Mr. Garrett, did you also have the same responsibility of going back to Sierra Day's apartment?
Yes.
Okay, where did you go?
From his home, I did not meet with Miss Garrett.
Did you contact her or set up an appointment to meet with her?
I contacted her the same day that I contacted him. So that was prior to Friday. It may have been that Wednesday that I contacted them both.
Okay.
She told me that she wasn't available until that Monday.
Okay, so Monday, the 12th is when she would have been available for you.
That is when I scheduled to meet with her and Annayia.
Okay, all right. So did you do anything else that weekend?
No.
And then, ma'am, how did you come to learn of Annayya's death?
My supervisor called me on Sunday.
And after receiving a phone call from your supervisor, did you continue to work?
Yes.
And then what happened then on August 3rd, 2018?
August 3rd, 2018, I was terminated from the agency.
I mean, this trial took place in 2019, friends. Not even a full year from Anniya's death. It was a little disturbing, the lack of memory that the last two social workers had. Why were they not able to recall details, especially being that this baby lost her life? You would think that they would be doing their homework, refreshing their minds, especially knowing that they'd be called to testify. And of course, maybe not remembering every specific date, what they did on those dates, but not knowing how to describe your job, not knowing the category levels was just mind-blowing for me. I mean, I can remember my job details, descriptions, acronyms, and how to do it unless it's changed from freaking 3-4 years ago. Chelsea was the only one that sounded like she did, prepare herself. And her interaction with Annayia was the oldest. Laura and her supervisor's termination had came a month after they were placed on unpaid administrative leave. In the letters that they received, the county accused them both of not acting in a timely manner to protect Annayia from the abuse, and in some cases, not even investigating allegations. Specifically in Laura Green's letter, it read in part, "You did not act with appropriate sense of urgency to protect Aniya Day Garrett. Important allegations were not investigated vigorously or at all. And daily attempts to see the child were not made as they should have been. You did not use appropriate judgment or decision making in your handling of the case." Laura's supervisor, she filed an appeal to overturn her firing, but it was voted to uphold her termination decision. Now we're going to take a listen at Sierra's twin brother's testimony. While researching this case, I did learn that Isaiah passed away in February of 2024, and I'm not sure what his cause of death was. We're going to pick up on his testimony regarding Annayia.
It was Thanksgiving of 2017 at my parents' house. Was Deontay there?
Yes.
Was Annayia there?
Yes.
How did Annayia appear to you in November of 2017?
Cool. Everything was good.
Did you see any marks or bruises on her?
No.
Did she look like she was being taken care of?
Yes. Sierra always took care of her child. She was a good mother.
When Mr. Day, when's the last time that you saw Annayia Day?
In February.
Before we get to that, let me circle back real quick. Did you spend any time with Sierra Day in February of 2018?
Yes.
Okay. And describe your first interaction with Sierra Day in February of 2018.
Well, I was at a friend's house at first, so let's hang out, whatever. So she she agreed to it. She came over. We were just sitting upstairs having like a little social event, like the wine coolers and stuff like that.
Okay. And who was at Josh's house?
Just me, him, and my sister at the time.
Okay, so and when you say him, who's him?
Josh.
Okay, and your sister?
Deontay came way after the fact.
Okay. Did a conversation arise about Annayia?
Yeah.
And
basically
describe for us the circumstances around that conversation.
Well, my sister, we were talking about wherever we were talking about this. She just looked out the window. She just looked up like this. Said, "Nah, you just can't walk." And I was like, "What?"
Sierra told you that Annayia couldn't walk.
Couldn't walk.
Do you remember when this was in February of 2018?
Well, I think on Sunday or something like that. I believe so.
Do you know if it was Before Valentine's Day, after Valentine's Day?
Not for sure.
Okay. Did you ask, oh, strike that. So Sierra indicates that she can't walk. Did you express concerns over that?
Not really at the time. Then in my head, I thought about it. That's what made me come over there to the house.
Okay. Before we get to the house, does Deontay Lewis end up going to the friend's house?
Oh yeah, after the fact, he can't end up coming to the friend's house. And she told me that he was downstairs, so I ran downstairs. Then he was acting all like nervous and all that or whatnot.
Deontay was acting nervous?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, excuse me.
Did you ask him what he was nervous about?
No, I asked him what he was nervous about. I'm just saying, dude, just calm down.
What was he, how was he acting? What do you mean he was acting nervous?
Like he did something or something like that.
He what?
Like he did something or something like that. Like he think basically he did something basically I already knew about or something like that. Like he thought I knew something or something.
He thought you knew something?
Yeah, that's how he came off to me.
But you didn't have a really extended conversation with him?
No. I just the look at his face and like, do what you.
Deontay Lewis in the courtroom?
Yes.
Can you point to him and describe what he's wearing?
It's right there. Wearing a blue suit.
So you had concerns about Annayia, correct?
Yeah.
And based on those concerns that you had for Annayia, what did you do?
I went to their house. Tell my sister I was coming to their house or whatever.
Okay. When you say to the house, what house?
The last residence that she was at.
You recall where her last residence?
Some dealing with gardens or something like that.
Cultural gardens?
Yeah, cultural gardens.
All right. And what time do you get to cultural gardens?
I said like probably in the afternoon, something like that.
Okay, and when is this?
With time?
No, what time period? Is this in February 2018?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you guys doing over there?
Having a social event. Well, I had brought like a bottle or something over. Just to just hang out with them, see what was going on.
You say a bottle of what?
A bottle of a party.
Okay.
Silver rum.
And when you get to cultural gardens, who's present?
Deontay Lewis and my sister in Annayia.
Did Deontay Lewis live at cultural gardens?
Yes, he lived at cultural gardens.
You stated earlier that you expressed concerns about Annayia.
Yes.
Did you follow up on those concerns once you were at cultural gardens?
Yes. As my sister, Deontay was the person who had let us up coming to the house. My friend was.
Yeah. What do you mean to let you up?
He's the one that came outside the squares up into the house.
Okay. Are you not able to get into the apartment complex without someone letting you up?
Exactly. You need a key or something like that.
To get into
the scanner, yeah, whatever it's called.
Okay. And Deontay Lewis is the one who lets you up?
Yes.
All right, so you get up to the apartment. You're concerned about Annayia. What do you do?
Well, we socialize for a little bit. He sits on the couch or whatever. Everybody sits on the couch. I pour drinks. They sit down, just watching TV like normal people. Then I asked my sister, I said, well, she goes into the kitchen. I said, well, Sierra, where Annayia? She said she's in the room. So I opened the door. I see Annayia, she was laying in the bed. Because it dawned on me, like, she said she couldn't walk, but she was laying down like this. And I said, walk her nigga, Nana. I said, Nana, she was laying like this. I started her like, Uncle Isaiah. I'm like, you good? You cool? She's like, yeah. So everything just seemed pretty cool. So I'm guessing why she couldn't walk, probably sprung her ankle or something like that. I don't know, but while I seen everything was cool. Went into the kitchen, I see her with everything cool with her, or she eating, everything good. She pretty much told me that she's eating, but she's eating pretty little.
Do you ever see her get out of bed?
No, she didn't get out of bed. Because normally when she in bed, she just lay there. That's just how she is. She don't move. She tell her to sit down something. She just do it. She listens. She's a respectful child.
After you check on the well-being of Annayia, what do you do?
I go to see her and ask her about her. Is everything cool? But she told me, yeah, but she hasn't been eating that much. But she has.
You were having these conversations. Where was Deontay Lewis at?
Sitting on the couch like this.
Like, what you mean? His hand on
This
his
with his
chin?
blankets fresh on his face.
Did he say anything about Annayia?
He didn't say anything about it.
But he was present for these conversations that you were having with your sister.
Yes, he was present.
Did you end up leaving Cultural Gardens?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall what time you left?
Probably later on that night. Don't recall the time. I know I left. And they still was there.
Who was that?
Sierra, Deontay Lewis, and Annayia.
You recall the time you left?
No, I can't recall.
Was it at night?
I know it was, yeah, at night. I just don't know the time. I remember it.
At some point, her daughter stopped walking, right?
Right.
And you discovered this in February.
Yes.
Did you ask her why didn't she take her to the doctor?
No.
Don't you think a good mom would have taken her child to the doctor to see why she's not walking?
Go ahead, you can answer.
I'm just saying she sprung her ankle like I told him.
But she didn't tell you she sprained her ankle, right?
No.
Okay.
I can fall.
Wouldn't it be reasonable for someone to take their child to the doctor to see exactly why they're not walking?
Yeah.
Now, even prior to when Deontay and Sierra got together, you and your sister hung out a lot, right?
Right.
You and your sister hung out a lot even after they got together, right?
Right.
And Deontay, sometimes you would hang out without him, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And Deontay would hang out a lot with his brother, correct?
I'm supposing. Whoever he hanging out with. He wouldn't. I don't know.
But he wouldn't be with you and Sierra.
No. He come after the fact, always.
I'm sorry?
He would come after the fact, always.
Okay, he would come after the fact. After
Yeah.
you and Sierra get through hanging out, and he gets through hanging out, then
They
somehow.
already been made the agreements before they even got with us.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
They will already make the agreements before they even got with us. So if she gives with us, wherever he's at, he's doing his own thing.
So where's Annayia doing all this hanging out?
She's either with my parents or with a babysitter.
And you know that for sure.
Yeah, she tells me. My sister tells me.
That's what Sierra told you?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was always true.
Well, that's what she told you. Okay. Didn't there come a time when you and Sierra and Deontay and Annayia was over to your dad's house?
Yes.
Okay. And Annayia, I think she peed on herself or messed up her clothes or something, and your sister hit her like that in her eye. Didn't you witness that?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall?
No.
So you don't recall her hitting that baby in her eye like that, and Deontay saying, "What?"
Objection. Sustained. Sustained. Let's go sidebar. Yeah. We're gonna take a recess, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't discuss the case date and everything. We don't have to do this. Not a thing. What? Actually, I have to witness watch. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay, what's your objection on the record, please?
Your Honor, I was just asking him what he observed.
You asked him what Deontay said. That's clear hearsay. It's not an admission by a party opponent. Now, we went through this in opening statement, and I admonish you. Don't do it again. You cannot get from a witness any out-of-court statements that your client made. You understand that now? You understand?
Your Honor, I was just asking him about.
You
his
asked him
reaction.
what Deontay said. Did you not?
I was asking him what his reaction was.
No, you asked him what Deontay.
So if we turn our attention to July 20th of 2017. Is that a familiar date to you?
Yes.
Why is that?
It's the twins' birthday.
Okay. And when you guys had family birthdays, what would you do?
We'll have little gatherings. That day for their birthday, they had threw a party in her building, the Harbor Crest building.
Okay. And who was present for this birthday party on January 20th, 2017?
Me, Isaiah Day, Sierra, Deontay, a few other friends that were invited.
All right. Were the kids there?
No.
All right. And so tell me, who is this Deontay person that you introduced?
He was someone we knew from high school.
Did he have a nickname?
We called him Noodle.
All right. And did you know him from high school?
We didn't really hang out, but yes, I knew him.
So did you know just of him?
For the most part, yes.
All right. And so how does he come to join the activities on July 20th, 2017?
He came as Sierra's boyfriend.
Okay. And did you come to learn that they were starting to date?
Yes.
All right. And did you observe their relationship initially, like July 2017, August of 2017, September of 2017? Can you just briefly walk me through that? What were your observations of them together?
They were always together. Every time Sierra came around, Deontay was with her. He had a car, so he was like basically her ride. But whenever I seen my sister, I seen Deontay.
And is she still living in Harbor Crest in July, August, September of 2017?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to see Annayia in September of 2017?
I really don't remember. It's possible I couldn't even been there. I worked third shift, so sometimes I wasn't even able to be there. So I'm not sure.
All right. Well, the times that you did see Annayia, how often would you see her from July 20th, 2017 to October of 2017?
I didn't see her as much. Like if we were trying to find something to do, my sister would come over to my house with her, but I really wasn't seeing her as much in that year.
Okay. Did there come a point in time where you received a telephone call from Mr. Day? I'm sorry, from Mr. Garrett asking you for some help?
In 2017?
At the end of 2017?
No.
Did you call him at any point in time?
I did, yes.
All right. When did you call him?
Roughly between December of 2017 and possibly January. It was roughly between those 2 months.
Okay. Well, before those 2 months, how often did you see Annayia in the months preceding December?
Not as often.
Okay. So when was the last time you saw her before you made a phone call to Mr. Garrett?
Physically?
Yes.
It was December 25th of 2017. An incident occurred with my mom where it called for all of us to come over there to see what was going on. And they had Annayia with them. Sierra and Deontay did.
Okay. And Can you describe her for me?
She was sleeping. Deontay was holding her.
Okay, did you see her walk that?
No,
Did she have clothes on?
she did.
Did she have a coat on?
She did.
All right. Did she wake up during the time she was there?
No, I didn't see her wake up.
Approximately how long were they there on December 25th, 2017?
It wasn't that long. It was probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Who was carrying Aniya?
Deontay.
All right. Did you ask how she was?
I didn't.
Did you have any concerns at that point?
I had concerns way before that point, but at the time, me and my sister, we weren't speaking. We had a little falling out, so it was a quick me seeing them, and that was it.
All right. Well, let's talk about when did you have this falling out?
Probably a couple months before then.
So around September, October of 2017?
Yeah, roughly, yep.
And what was the basis of your falling out here?
Something really little, stupid, siblings getting mad at each other over dumb things, and we just weren't talking to each other.
Okay. And was that a change from talking to her all the time?
Yes.
And seeing her all the time?
Yes.
And seeing your niece all the time?
Yes.
Okay. So did you make efforts to contact her?
I did.
All right. Did she return your efforts?
No.
All right. What kinds of things would you do, ma'am?
I'll text her. I'll call her. I was blocked. Try to reach out through social media. I was blocked. I even sent the message to my brother, Isaiah, to send to her personally from me because I knew something was wrong.
Okay.
And I just wanted to reach out to her.
Okay. And what do you mean something was wrong? What did you believe to be wrong?
She became very distant. She stopped coming around as much. We didn't hear from her as much.
When did that change begin?
Within that time, that year, 2017.
Was it before or after she met Deontay Lewis?
It was after.
Okay. And so what are the noticeable changes you saw?
Like I said, she became distant. She wasn't coming to a lot of family, events. She wasn't coming around a lot. She wasn't staying around as long as she would stay. She wasn't talking to my parents as much. Annayia wasn't coming over as much as she used to.
Did she bring her, when she came around though, would Annayia come with her?
Yes, most of the time, yes.
And what were your observations of Annayia? How would you describe her as a child?
She didn't really seem like a child. She was very standoffish. She really didn't. Seem happy.
Would she play with Mackenzie and Madison?
She did.
Would she be by herself at times?
Yes. At my youngest, I threw a birthday party for her on July 30th of that year.
Of 2017?
Yes.
Okay, where was the party at?
It was at my house.
Okay. And what happened at the party?
It's a normal kid party. Everyone was having fun. Adults were, watching the kids, and they were playing in the pool and chasing each other, just having fun. And Annayia was just pretty off to herself, playing with herself, not really interacting with the other kids.
And did Sierra and Deontay come to the birthday party?
Yes.
Where were they at?
They were upstairs.
Okay. Did you go over and try to engage Annayia?
I went over to ask her if she was okay. She said, yeah, she was playing with my girls' bikes and stuff that was in the garage. So I kind of just left her to herself to do her own thing. I just thought maybe she just wanted to play by herself.
And during this time, when you started to see less and less of Annayia, what were your observations of her physical condition?
She was getting smaller. I thought maybe that just had something to do with her getting taller. You know, when you grow, toddlers grow, they slim out a little bit. She was getting littler and littler to the point you can see the extension of her stomach sticking out, so to speak.
And when was that? I mean, when did you see that?
That was the day of the party when I seen it.
Okay. And did you talk to your sister about it?
I didn't really interact with her that day. I was kind of like controlling the party, sort of speak. I was downstairs the whole time outside. And like most of my friends and stuff, they came over and got to see her, they stayed upstairs.
Okay, like a grown-up party upstairs and the party downstairs.
Basically, yes.
Fair enough. Okay. After that party, ma'am, did you take it upon yourself to contact your sister?
After that party?
Yeah.
No.
Well, when did you have the falling out with your sister?
It was later that year in like October.
Okay, so tell me the circumstances of that.
Of the falling out?
Yes.
Like I said, it was just something stupid we fell out about over her not liking something that I did, and she just stopped talking to me.
Right. Did you say anything about Annayia, or were you concerned about Annayia?
Throughout that year, I would say little things, I would observe things, and I really didn't want to think that things were what I was observing in my head. But I would ask questions and I would get excuses, and I just left it at that.
All right, well, what kinds of things did you observe?
Annayia been taken in a separate room to get discipline.
What did you observe?
Annayia coming out crying, going to go sit down by herself. One time I even observed Annayia coming out with a bloody nose.
And what did you do as a result of seeing that?
I asked my sister about it.
And did she provide you an answer?
She made up some excuse, something. She fell or she hit her face on something. I don't know. But it was never something that she did.
Okay. And what do you mean by that, ma'am?
About what?
About something that she did. What do you mean?
Well, she never admitted to it, her being her hitting her or anything. It was just Annayia fell.
Okay. And so based on that, based on those answers you were getting, did there come a point in time where you tried to confront her?
I didn't really confront her. Like I said, I just asked her about it. I was more so just sitting back and observing and seeing what was going on. But when we lost contact, I was kind of thrown into the dark. I wasn't sure what was going on after we lost contact.
All right. And after you lost contact, what did you start doing?
I would reach out to my brothers. They were still in contact with her. I would talk to them to see how Sierra and Annayia was doing.
All right. And you can't tell me what they said, but would they provide you information?
Yes.
And based on the information that they would provide to you, did you start doing something?
Yes.
What did you do?
I was contemplating on contacting the Children Family Services people.
Okay. And does there come a point in time where you contact Michael Garrett?
I did.
Tell me when that was.
I can't remember if it was before I made the call or after, but I did contact him. I told him my concerns. I told him what I was worried about. And I stated to him that I felt that he should get custody.
Okay. So these concerns, did you share these concerns with Children and Family Services?
Yes.
All right. Can you please tell me, ma'am, what did you tell Children and Family Services and what did you tell Michael Garrett?
I told Michael that I felt like Annayia was being abused. Something wasn't right, that they were hiding her. She wasn't coming around a lot, and that we needed to do something to stop this. I told family service the same thing, that something was wrong with my sister. Something was going on with her. She needed help, and that they needed to get my niece out of that household.
All right. And approximately, Mia, when did you make that phone call?
Probably in January of 2018.
All right. And up to this point now, since Madison's birthday party, did you see Annayia again, other than on Christmas Day 2017 for about 20 minutes?
I mean, before our fallout, yeah, I would see Annayia still. She was still coming around, and I would see her here and there.
So when did you actually stop seeing her?
After we fell out, after October, I officially stopped seeing her.
And were your kids still going over to Grandma and Grandpa's house?
Yes.
Was Annayia going to Grandma and Grandpa's house?
She was, yeah.
Okay. But you weren't here?
No, I would drop my kids off so I can go to work.
All right. And so you contact Michael and you contact CC, Children and Family Services?
Yes.
Okay. And does somebody reach back out to you?
Yes.
Okay. One of the agency workers?
Yes.
All right. And did you have a conversation with the agency worker?
Yes.
Did you try to provide some information with regards to any information you had on that?
Yes.
And Ms. Johnson, during the time that your sister started dating Deontay Lewis, where did you know them to be living or hanging out?
It was at Harbor Crest.
Okay. To your knowledge, was he also living there with her?
Might as well.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
They were always together. I assume that he did stay there with her.
Okay. And had you known that there was a move to Cultural Gardens?
I had no idea.
So you never went there, don't know anything about that?
No.
When you called Children and Family Services, what did you want them to do?
I was hoping that they could remove Annayia from the home, from the information that I gave them, but apparently that's not how it works. They had to first go out and do their investigation.
Okay. And this information that you had obtained was information that was shared by your brothers with you?
Yes.
Johnson, other than what you have testified to, how did you learn of Annaya's death?
A friend of mine called me Monday morning. She seen on the news about a 4-year-old girl out in Euclid by the name of Annayia Day who was found dead. She called me and asked me if Sierra and Annayia was okay. I had no idea. Like I said, we lost contact before then, so I had no way to contact her, so I called my brother Isaiah to reach out to her. He couldn't get in contact with her. So we drove out there to Euclid Hospital, because I know they stayed out in Euclid, so I assumed that was the first place I should have. Had no answers for me, but they told us to wait in a room. Some people came and talked to us. After they came and talked to us and found out what we were there for and what information we were trying to find out, they sent us to the police station.
And did you meet with the police officers at the police station, the detectives, and provide them the information you provided here to us this morning?
Yes.
Thank you.
From the Facebook page, Justice for Annayia, this is apparently the video of Annayia from her cousin's birthday party that Erica mentioned. Dr. Joseph Philo, the forensic pathologist that performed Anniya's autopsy on March 12, 2018, testified that Annayia was severely malnourished and weighing 26 pounds. He testified that the black eye she had occurred at least 2 days prior to her death. She had weak, old bruising on her forehead. Bed sores had begun forming on her lower legs. The internal examination of Annayia revealed she died a slow death. She had an injury on the inside of her head that was in the form of a healing blood clot on her brain. This particular injury caused pressure to build up on Anniya's little brain that led her to having a series of strokes. The doctor testified that these strokes would have occurred approximately 2 weeks to 3 months prior to Annayia dying. Because of the strokes, Anniya's brain lacked oxygen, causing the back part of her brain to die. This is the part of the brain that's responsible for muscle coordination, which would have rendered Annayia clumsy and uncoordinated if she was able to walk at all. So when Uncle Isaiah saw his niece laying in the bed in February, she couldn't have been cool. And she was definitely far from cool when Sierra and Deontay went out shopping and were seen here, ordering their Chipotle bowls with extra meat. A phone search showed that they were recording themselves having sex in the next room while Annayia was laying on her deathbed at 4 years old. The stroke she had caused her organs to start declining. Her lungs were collapsing. Her pancreas was digesting itself because she was not eating. She was being starved. This was not just murder. This was a torturous murder. After 6 days of presenting the case to the jury, the state rested. The following day, Sierra Day and Deontay Lewis were both found guilty on all charges. In the end, they both received life in prison. Sierra, no chance at parole. Deontay will be eligible after serving 20 years.